Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the Ashford Hospitality Trust, ticker symbol AHT, a stock that is up 30% in this past week, but a lot of positive sentiment around it and a lot of people thinking that it's going to keep on going. So we're going to break down the charts. We're going to take a look at a few different indicators and really have a better understanding of where this stock is headed. So without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. All right, so here we have it, the weekly chart for AHT, and you see that we started the week down here in the high $1 range, but finished all the way in the high $2 range. It's a huge gain, and a lot of people are saying this is going to keep going. So let's break this down. Looking at Friday's movement, we saw a lot of positive movement. We saw a lot of resistance levels being broken down, tested as support, and the stock just kept on rising. And now we are sitting here in that 274 range at close, but after hours, it actually closed near $3. So let's break down some indicators first. First, let's look at the VWAP. It's this yellow line right here, the volume weighted average price. Um, Simply put, it's the best indicator to tell you whether the bulls or the bears are in control of the stock heading into tomorrow's trading session. And right now, as you can see, Ashford Hospitality Trust is sitting above the VWAP. It's looking pretty good headed into tomorrow's session. And you can see that with all the after hours sentiment it got on Friday. Other indicators to take a look at, this light purple line here is the 21-day EMA. The light blue line up there at the 284 range is the 50-day SMA. Those are kind of the two intermediate level moving averages I like to use as a trader to help me understand whether we're in bullish or bearish territory. So as you can see here, during the week, we were actually able to get a clean break over this 21-day EMA. That's very, very positive sign short term for the bulls. Still have a little bit of work left to do to catch up to the 50-day SMA, but assuming, another positive day tomorrow, which it's looking to be, you can expect us to be in bullish territory in the short and intermediate term moving forward. So now let's try to take a look at this chart and break down key support and resistance levels. I have these charted out here. As you can see, the red lines are going to represent support levels and the green lines are going to represent resistance levels. So first off, let's first switch this to the 30-minute. We're going to have our main support to test tomorrow at 266. We broke this in Friday afternoon's trading session. And then we went and retested it very late in the session before bouncing above. It's a very positive sign. However, this is probably a level we'll need to retest before moving up forward. It's also a very good level. If you can buy at this range, if you are bullish on this stock, that's something to keep in mind. It's something that to target if you are trying to open up a position. After that, we have support at 246 and 230. At that point, if we are hitting these levels, the stock does turn a little less bullish. It turns a little more bearish. So be cautious at these levels because you could see the stock start to lose momentum and break down very soon after that. Now, on the flip side, looking at resistance levels. So we have this 282 level. That was kind of the highest point we tested on Friday. We weren't able to break above it. However, with the after hours movement, I would suspect that we open above this level and then we go right away and retest it moving into Friday's trade or Monday's trading session rather. Then we have resistance at $3. This is a big key psychological level. And then a bigger resistance at $3.20. This is a huge resistance to break through. This is like a historical resistance level and the historical downtrend that AHT has been on. If we are able to get above that, that downtrend will be broken and this stock turns incredibly bullish. I could see it running all the way to this next resistance level around 380 very quickly with a clean break over 320. So that's something to keep in mind. There's huge range on the upside if we are able to get above this range right here. So that's something to keep your eye out on as well. If you can't get a dip buy, here at that 266 range, then you might just want to be patient and wait to see a clean break over 320 because then the stock has room to run. Aside from that, looking at the chart, not really much else to talk about. I mean, the big story here we can talk about, backing it all up. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. You can see this stock, I mean, $5 here, but let's back it up even more. Prior to the pandemic, this is obviously a hotel trust that focuses on kind of luxury hotels. So the pandemic obviously hit it hard, but this was a $20 stock before the pandemic really took over. And then it just pretty much crashed right away. And so a lot of people are saying, well, as we start to get out of this pandemic, this stock has a lot of upside. And so that's kind of the main story here for why it started generating so much discussion, because people started taking a look at it and seeing, how much room it has to run if it does return to pre-COVID levels. Other than that, looking at the chart, not really much else to say. I will say the OBV, the on balance volume, is still a little bit low. Even though we had this massive run up this week, it's still at levels that, there's still a lot more room to grow. And I would expect volume to increase drastically and the OBV to increase drastically if we are going to see those moves up to the 380s to 420 to $5, like some of the people on financial Twitter and Reddit are saying that we are going to see. Aside from that, looking at unusual options flows, I mean, this is huge right here. This should tell you exactly what you need to know about this stock. Looking at those higher sized options that were being bought on Friday, it was all people just buying calls, loading up on calls. They were pretty cheap if you were able to get in, and they're still probably relatively cheap if you do have those $5 price targets, $10 price targets. And so a lot of bullish flow here. That's a positive sign if you are long on the stock. Looking at the volume, saw volume picking up pretty drastically towards the later half of the week. 49 million on Wednesday, 48 million on Friday. That's about 4 to 5 times of where the average is. So that's a good sign. However, if you do want to see it continue to run, I would expect volume to actually increase on this, probably trading around the 100 million zone rather than the 50 million zone. So look for this to actually kind of just be a baseline, these $50 million days. That's good, but it's not great. But it is what you want to see. So finally, let me know whether you agree, whether you disagree, whether you are bullish on the stock or not. If you have any questions, let me know, or comments. I'm happy to answer to them. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. And other than that, have a great rest of your Sunday.